Hey guys, this is me Nishri. In this video, I am going to talk about the top 5 ways I am now using to implement and get a job in Python development ASAP. So firstly, I think the most important aspect is to have a good fundamentals on your Python itself, because what makes Python Python? Like, every programming language have huge similarities. The conditionals, the loops, the oops concepts, the classes, the objects, all are same, but you have to understand that what makes Python different, like concepts which are existing in Python that aren't in other programming language, like generators, iterators, iterables, and decorators. So these are the concepts that you should be focusing on, and I would highly suggest that instead of watching tutorials, you should actually go and read documentations, because I have been doing that and it's helping immensely. I used to watch tutorials, I'm still watching some tutorials on libraries, but I know that at a certain point I should rather rely on reading and understanding the problem statement and what problem does it solves. Like iterator, list is an iterator. We could iterate one by one element from a list, and there is this function next which iterator uses. However, we don't call list as an iterator, we rather call it iterable. So these are the concepts and nuances that one should be familiar with, rather than just focusing on the trap of tutorial help, because you would rather learn a lot from following documentations and getting your hands dirty with understanding the logic behind and what problem does a feature solves in that programming language. So this was point number one, like learn the core Python. Every programming language have a lot of similarities, operators, conditionals, like that's what I talked before. So rather than focus on what makes difference of a programming language, like for Java has differences, like it has only one public classes. It has concepts like annotations. So you should focus on those concepts rather than just starting from scratch for each and every programming language. So the second point, like there are two scopes for Python broadly, if I could say. One is for web development and one is for AI. Like, and again in AI also you have multiple domains, which is data analysis, data scientist, generative AI, and other some fields that you are familiar with in AI, like deep learning as well. So Python, so these are AI heavily relies on Python because how readable it is, and that's why I am focusing on Python. Like Python, my learning is inclined towards data analysis. I thought of going for data scientist, but I felt that I need to understand how to build models, and probably I could get a job as a data scientist in future. So I'm right now focusing on the aspects as to how I should focus on. Like there are libraries meant only for data analysis, like NumPy, Matplotlib, scikit-learn, and Cbon, Plotly. So these are the libraries that I'm currently focusing on, because NumPy is primarily based on C and some other concepts are also based on C++. So you see how powerful C is, but it is written in Python because of the readability of Python. So again, I'm focusing on the libraries that would help me simplify my data analysis job. Third aspect that I'm going to talk about is you should be knowing each and every word that you're writing in your resume. One of my friend was kind enough to conduct my mock interview, and he asked me that, hey, you had three projects in your resume, explain me one of the projects. So it's very important that whatever you're creating, firstly it should be on GitHub. It must have a deployable link, like on Streamlit. In my case, I'm using Streamlit because my projects are inclined towards data analysis, so it's helping me also to understand what problem statement I'm solving. If you're confident enough in your own project, you would be able to explain it in a much simpler way rather than fumbling or stammering in the interview, because it only happens when you don't have a clear understanding of the project that you're solving, and it shows that, hey, you have copied this project from someone else. So rather take enough time to build a project, to understand the nuances, to understand how to make or update features, so that the recruiter feels that you are motivated enough to work on the existing project and add new features to it. This shows that you are sincere towards the work that you are doing. So this was point number 3, that know each and every word in your resume and have a good understanding of each and every of the project that you are building. What if the interviewer might ask about a second project that you aren't explaining? So it's important that you know each and every project that you have in your resume in depth. So point number 3 was this. Point number 4 is have a good communication skills and show that you are confident enough. I mean, if I honestly talk about, this is something I'm recording in one go, because I really want to test how my knowledge is pertaining to Python and how well do I explain my concepts to the interviewer, because I also want to see if I'm confident enough to face real interviews. Mock interviews did give me a lot of confidence as to how should I convey my thoughts and how should I look confident in a real interview. So it's important that you test and try your speaking skills and your confidence and your body language, because these are some soft skills that you could impress the interviewer to. This was the fourth point. I might be going really fast, so probably you could watch in like slower versions, 0.5x or 0.1x. I don't, yeah, you could just go back and slow the voice if you want to. So this was point number 4. Point number 5 is having a good understanding of logic, and that comes with solving DSA. I mean, I'm also going back and trying to study. I'm also thinking about going back and trying to study the already studied concepts that I had in my bachelor's, which was DBMS, OS, and CN, because these are fundamentals. These are the core. I mean, we happen to learn how kernel interacts with the operating system and how it is a layer that interacts with the hardware and the software. So these are some really basic terminologies that one should be familiar with, because the market has been disrupted. The whole ball game has been changed, so it's important that you have a good understanding and you're familiar with the concepts. What if the interviewer might take things on ego and start asking you things about operating system like segmentation, paging, or for DBMS, what if he she might ask about Cape theorem. So these only things happen when you aren't well equipped with the fundamentals. Like DBMS is core, database management system, operating system. I mean, you don't have to study each and everything in depth. For example, if you don't know a concept for what is ER diagram, like what is entity, how important entity relationship is when it comes to DBMS. For example, if you don't know, just straight away say that I have come across this concept but I'm not able to recall the full detailing on this concept. So this shows that you are confident, and please just don't lie. Because my friend did emphasized on this concept as to not lying would actually help you in the long run, because he might start grilling you if you are lying consistently in your real interviews. So be as honest as you can be.